Welcome back. I know it's been a long time since I actually uploaded a new video. I really want to apologize for that. Had a lot going on. As you're going to see in a little bit, we've had a lot of construction work going on in the farm. We've expanded quite a lot. We're actually building a whole new section for Otter Farms Academy as well as the layer poultry farm. I'm going to show you the progress of what we've done so far. A couple of weeks ago, I think I uploaded a video just to show the farm, and somebody went on the comments and actually wrote something that actually touched me tremendously. This is what he said. He said he's been refreshing Otter Farm's page every single day, waiting for a new video. And then when I looked at that comment, I looked at the quality of the video that I uploaded. I was like, no, I'm not gonna put this on my channel. I think my subscribers, my followers, my all the otter farmers, I think they deserve better. They deserve better content, much more quality content than what I uploaded that particular day. And that is why I took down the video and I decided to make a series of new videos. So from now onward, you're gonna be getting a lot more videos and a lot more quality videos. So to me, it's not just about making content, it's about making content that you can actually learn from, something that can actually provide value, something that can actually motivate you to go out there and start your own agricultural venture. My goal is to take away that particular perception that people have, that misconception that people have that agriculture is for the poor. It's absolutely the opposite. It's extremely expensive to actually start an agricultural venture. A lot of people don't know that. It's not cheap. And if you do it right, agriculture, you will make more money than any other sector. I promise you. I guarantee you. Because there's one thing that we all know. We need to eat. I can deal without technology. I can deal without my laptop. I can deal without a cell phone. But I cannot deal without food. We all know that. We need to eat. Whether there's war, there's no war, no matter the scenario, we all need food. And that is the reason why agriculture is the most lucrative investment that you can ever go into. And it's not cheap. And you need to actually understand one thing. You want to run it as a business. In this particular channel, I've always emphasized on that. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time. I just want to jump in and then show you guys the progress, what we've done so far. What you're going to see is 100% self-funded. I didn't take any loan from no banks. I didn't take any loan from any particular investor or any funds from any investor to invest in this particular in otter farms. No loan. That is why it took us a whole year to be able to build what you're about to see. Um, Everything came from our savings and reinvesting the proceeds. And as I told you, from the very first month of business, we were making money. There were profits coming in from the very first batch. It's absolutely a blessing from God, but also we also put in a lot of work. We made sure that we did things the right way. We created a process that actually worked. Things like biosecurity implementation, things like hiring the right people, things like making sure that we pay attention to the numbers so that we know whether we are making money or we're running a loss. We Every single thing that goes into the business, we record that. So if you do things right, if you are able to set up all these things that I have talked in the previous videos, and I'm going to put a link to the video in the description. If you do everything right, follow the exact process that we did, you're going to start making money from the very first month, the very first batch that you actually put out there. Our first batch took 6 weeks, and after 6 weeks, we were selling, and our very first profit margin, even though it was not that much, I think our profit margin was after 6 weeks when we started was about 500 and something thousand dollars. About one, sorry, 500 and something thousand francs CFA. That's about $1,000. And we were already making money from the very first batch. So if you do it right, just follow our process, follow the process that I have explained in this channel, and I'll keep explaining and I'll keep giving you more content on what we're doing to be able to get to where we are at right now. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Let me show you what has been done so far. So we started by building a new borehole system. As you can see, we have the water stand. Um, we're gonna have a better view of that shortly. Then you have the new layer section. This is a 5,500 capacity layer house. So it's barry cages. We're gonna go into I have a whole separate video about the whole setup, the barry cage setup, and this is the current broiler section. I think if you've been following our channel, you probably have seen this particular broiler section that was constructed a couple of like a year ago, basically like a year ago. We set up this particular broiler section, and the broiler section has been profitable. We have this particular pickup truck that the Forerunner, the Toyota Forerunner, right there that we use to transport feed. But we have a Toyota Tacoma that is actually going to be replacing this. So this Forerunner will be used for transporting eggs, while the Tacoma will be used for transporting feed. And this is the new Otter Farms Academy. At the top, what you're looking at the top, that is going to be my office. At the bottom, there will be a farm restaurant. And basically, we've bought all our neighbors. You see, every single land, you don't see any neighbors because we actually went ahead and we bought all our neighbors. So we are in one of the big cities in Cameroon. And in a big city like this, land is extremely expensive, Boya, especially this particular city called Boya. Land is extremely expensive. So it literally costs a lot of money to be able to buy. I think we own a total of 8,000 meters square, almost a hectare, 8,000 meters square. And we've only constructed on about 4,000 meters square. So, which means we still have a lot of about 4,000 meters square around the property that has not been used. And we are still buying and expanding, buying and expanding. So, the goal is we do not want to have any neighbor that will come one and complain that, oh, yeah, the birds that they don't want to live beside the bird or anything like that. And two, that will bring diseases to the farm. We made sure that we bought all the neighbors and kept them out. So this is basically our Otter Farms Academy. At the bottom right there, we're gonna have a little farm restaurant. Then you have the staircase that lead to the first floor. Basically, we have the ground floor, and the first floor is basically one story. You have the classrooms at the top. What you're looking at the top, those are the classrooms. At the bottom, this is our temporary feed mill at the bottom. At the bottom is going to be a temporary feed mill, but the feed mill, I'm going to show you where we're relocating the feed mill. The feed mill is going to be right by the roadside, because we're going to be using that particular feed mill for both, not only Otter Farms, but to also supply the local farmers as well. And going back down again, you have the little farm office, the current farm office, let me put it that way, that is actually being used by our farm manager. My office is going to be in the new building. And then we have the hatchery. We have a storage where we store the feed for the broilers. We store also materials for the broilers in the storage right there. And then again, everyone is probably familiar with the big poultry house. It's a 3,000 capacity broiler poultry house. And now we have the new section, which is it's again, construction is still ongoing. This is the layer house. As you can see, it's actually built for barrel cages. Water stand is still under construction. You see the ladder. They still have to build a staircase that will take you all the way to the top. I think that's the tallest structure in the farm as of right now. So we're going to have more structures. This is just one of many structures. And we have a little feed mill, not a feed mill, like a feed house at the bottom of the water stand. You want to be creative like that so that you can take advantage of the space that you actually have, right? So we built that particular feed storage so that we can actually store the feed that will be going into the layer house straight from there. So once we bring them from the feed mill, we will store them in there. We measure the quantity that's supposed to be done, that's supposed to be supplied for that day. Each day's quantity of feed, it's actually going to go in there. Then from there, we actually put it into the automatic dispensers, because we're going to have it's a barricade, and we're going to have automatic feed dispensers. At the end of the layer poultry house, we are actually going to construct a little um, feed conversion center where we're going to convert all the remains from the birds into the fish farm. I'm going to go and show you the area. We have another container coming in from China for the fish farm. So we're going to have a fish farm right after the broiler house. So we're going to be rearing both tilapia and catfish. This is the main entrance to the farm. To the right hand side, when you come in straight to the right hand side, is going to be the layer farm. Going down straight is going to be the boiler section, and once you pass the boiler section, that's going to lead you directly into the fish farm. To the left is you're going to have a restaurant, and then my office at the top, the agricultural school and the feed mill. But again, it's right now we're going to the whole building is going to be agricultural school, restaurant, and a farm store. So we're going to have a store that we're going to, a lot of stuff that we import from China, predominantly from China, and probably from the US. A lot of those things that we import, or agricultural products that we import, we'll be selling them at the store, right there at the store, so that the neighboring farmers, they can come and they can purchase most of those goods. Um, the We cannot go into the hatchery right now because the hatchery is currently in use. But if you watch the previous video, this is the hatchery section. This is where we actually it's a 30,000 capacity. We had machines that we bought in from China. I think there's a link in the video of all those machines that came in from China. So we bought a lot of machines from China that were able to produce 30,000 birds every 21 days. But we haven't gotten to that particular capacity yet, but we're still expanding gradually. Because again, with hatcheries, you want to make sure that you expand gradually. You don't want to go ahead and produce 30,000 day old chicks and you don't have the market for that. So you want to make sure that the market is guaranteed. So this is actually the broiler section. I think right now we have about 2,000 of them in there, but it's not at full capacity yet. Uh, Going after the broiler section, this is where we will actually set up the fish farm. The fish farm, it's coming right after the borehole system. As you can see, we have the machines that are actually the borehole machine. They are literally working right now, so we should be having water. I think they are right now at 65 meters down deep, so we should have water in the next week or two. So maybe by the time I even publish this particular video, we'll probably already have water in the farm. If you've been following our videos, you notice that the same container that we bought in all the hatchery equipments, we also bought a new 60 kVA generator. So this generator can literally power a whole village. Honestly, it has a lot of power. So we bought a 60 kVA generator from China. It's a cat generator. So uh, we're able to provide power, non-stop power to the whole entire farm. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna definitely make the videos come more consistently, but not just have any type of video for you, but something that will actually provide you value. And as I said before, it's not just about planning. Again, you don't want to be locked in analysis paralysis. You always want to start. It doesn't matter. You start small and then grow from there. We started with 1,000 birds, and then we grew from there. You can start with 500. I would not recommend starting with less than 500 because it's better for you to save up and start with a good quantity that you can actually make profit. Because if you start with a very small amount, especially when you're dealing with poultry farming, you're literally just going to be rotating capital. You're going to be seeing some money coming in, but the money will be going out because you're just literally going to be rotating capital. The truth is, is made in agriculture with numbers. So the higher the numbers, the more profit you make. Again, it's also higher risks. Yes, I understand that. That's how business is, right? The higher the risks, the more the profit. And that's basically how it works. So you just have to be able to take those risks. You don't have to start with 1,000, like I said. You can start with 500. You can start with 300, but just make sure that you want to scale up. Start with 300 just for learning purpose. just to be able to learn, but make sure that their goal is not to be able to run a 300 poultry farm. Make sure your goal is to run a 5,000 capacity, 10,000 capacity, 25,000. Then you start from 300, then you start expanding little by little from 300 to 400 to 500 to 1,000 to 1,500 to 2,000. And then at one point, you're the richest poultry farmer in your in your country, in your region, or even in your country. So thank you for watching. Let's see you in the next video.